Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Red from Gulf. Y'all know me, right? I was thinking of what would be an interesting story. And since I told my first big joint story, I mean, I could also tell my first joint story, but that's not what I'm gonna do right now. What I'm gonna do right now is tell you about my first blunt. Now, this was a bit crazy because this is back when not only did I not smoke often, but I hadn't smoked in like 2 months. So this was almost 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Then this was 3 summers ago, and my girlfriend at the time was she worked at this campground or whatever. She went off to work and she hated the fact that I smoked weed. So I was like, I'll never smoke weed again, right? So um, obviously I did because I ignore everyone who talks to me. Um, so fucking one of her friends comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go smoke a blunt of some sour diesel," which was the first actual strain I had that wasn't like garbage. So I was like, "Oh, dude, sick." And he's like, "Yeah, dude, come along with me. We'll smoke a blunt." And I was like, "Sure, sounds fun." So I get in his car and we go for a drive, like literally 2 minutes down the road. It was fucking hilarious. Uh, and we pull into this abandoned, or not even abandoned. It was like on the a parking lot, like right on the main road. So like there's a small town and there's like one main road, and everyone kind of goes down it. So uh, we're all just basically um standing in this abandoned parking lot, just kind of rolling up a blunt, and we spark it. Okay, and this I coughed a few times, but for the most part I held my own because back then, like for some reason my lungs now have like completely deteriorated over the past year, but like this time last year, like I was like a smoking god. I could smoke anything. But yeah, so back then I was okay. So we shared this blunt and we had like the whole blunt, and it was a big one too. It wasn't like a small, tiny little blunt. So we get through it and we start driving back, and that's when the weed starts to hit me, and I'm like, holy shit, this is the fucking most intense weed I've ever had. And it was sour diesel. So anyone who's had sour diesel um, knows what's going on. They know the euphoric feeling, especially your first time trying sour diesel if you haven't really smoked that much beforehand. So I'm just so baked, okay? And we get back, and I get out of the car and I go for a walk because I'm like, I gotta walk this shit off. So I go out into a field, okay? Not so much a field, but like a kind of like the world's shittiest playground, but like it's 90% field. So I'm standing in the field part of it, and I'm really baked, and I'm just standing there staring off into space. And one of her other friends comes up and he's like, "Dude, you fucking all right, dude? Like, are you okay?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Uh, so he's like, "Dude, you should probably go like lay down or something." So I go to lay down and I go and listen to some music, right? Uh, and I had one of those epiphanies. The epiphany, I still remember it, but obviously I'm not going to discuss it because you don't explain, you don't tell other people your stoner epiphanies. You just don't. You can't. If you do, then the feeling's gone. But obviously that epiphany doesn't matter to me anymore, because fucking it was from the brain of me fucking 3 years ago, back when fucking I was being an idiot all the time. So um, I'm lying there, okay, and her dad comes into the camper because it was like a campsite or whatever, right? So he comes in and he's like, "Yo, dude, we've got tons of food in the fridge or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, thanks, man." And that was pretty much it. Like I pretty much sobered up, and then we started hanging out. I got in a lot of trouble for smoking that day because I told the girl, and she was like, "I can't believe you smoked weed." And now looking back, I'm like, that's really red flaggy. But anyways, fast forward about a year, okay? The very end of grade 12. I'm sitting there and I'm explaining this situation to somebody, and I think to myself, oh my god, her dad knew. And I didn't know that for a year. For a year, I was going with the assumption and no one had a clue. But now, I'm going with the assumption that everybody knew, because looking back at it, it seems to be kind of obvious. So, it was just kind of like a funny story. I thought that was kind of funny. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Give her a like. Slap the fucking subscribe button in the fucking dick. Make it go from red to white. Never, I'm not going to say it. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in the next commentary. The next commentary, though, won't be with this glorious mic. It's going to be with just my shitty mic that I have on my headset. So, I mean, it's not too bad. It's not going to be, like, too much of a difference, but you guys are going to notice it. So, I'm sorry about that, but the dude whose mic I'm borrowing wants his mic back, so whatever. I'll just give it back to him. Maybe I'll borrow it again over the summer once, but, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and, as always, fucking golf for life. Go golf. Golfomania. Golf. Golf, bitch.